Welcome back to the basement. It's time for another Sunday Longplay, or Single Sitting Sunday, as I'm starting to think I might want to name it. I'm not sure. I'm still figuring this out. This is MegaMan 2. We're going to start with Metal Man and continue the conversation we left off with last time, as long as discuss some Breath of the Wild implication. Wow. We're off to a great start. Continue the story we talked about last time, along with some Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda for the Switch and the Wii U talk. The story from last time was just my experience with gaming consoles in general. I went over my purchase of and ownership of an NES, SNES, and a Nintendo 64, and then I talked a bit about the GameCube, but did not finish my GameCube anecdotes. Boy, I'm glad these aren't single hit kill like they are in Castlevania. You know, I used to think that the company that made Castlevania and the company that made Mega Man 2 are the same company, and the reason why is because of those things. Oh, there's some life. That's what I need. Now, if I could get an extra life, I could undo the damage done from falling down that hill immediately. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to talk about just my experience with consoles in general. I am a admitted Nintendo fanboy, although I don't believe that, there it is, I don't believe that they can do no wrong. That's not really me. Some people feel that way. A lot of people feel that Nintendo fans in general feel that way. But I do not. They've made mistakes and will make mistakes again, but I currently own an NES, an SNES, a Nintendo 64, a GameCube, a Wii, and a Wii U, and I have plans to buy the Nintendo Switch. However, my plans to buy a Nintendo Switch on launch day are in jeopardy, and I'll get into that a bit later in this video. But for those of you who are still here but maybe didn't watch the first episode of Sunday Longplay, this is the second episode, and my vision is just to have a longer, more casual video available once a week or so. I don't know. Ted's not here, and so it's just me, and I don't know how well I'll be able to solo commentary, and I don't know if I'll have the energy to do one of these every single week in order to keep up with an upload schedule, but for now, that's sort of the vision. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Oh, you have to press jump so late to make that jump. It's like the last pixel or two. But yeah, my vision for these is sort of just to have a longer and more casual video, play games I'm good at for an hour and change. Actually, 70 minutes is sort of the number that I have in mind. And talk about whatever. You know, I could talk about gaming, or I could talk about my personal life, or I don't know, just, you know, whatever's going on in the news, or whatever I've been thinking about lately. And I started out last week by talking a bit about my consoles, and so quickly, by way of review, I jumped a little earlier than I thought I could, and it still worked out. Okay, here we are to Metal Man. This is Mega Man 2. This is a game that I know how to play and beat. I'm certainly no expert at it. You've seen me die twice already, and we're 4 minutes in, so and I'm playing this on easy mode. But, you know, if you want to watch somebody play a deathless or even a no-hit run on difficult mode, I'm sure that it is easy to find on YouTube. But yeah, last week I talked a bit about, you know, my sister and I bought an NES when I was 6, I believe. Our parents helped, but she paid for $60 worth of it. I paid for $30. She was 10 years old, and we bought it from a Toys R Us, brand new in the box. That was pretty exciting. And a Super Nintendo I got for Christmas. Nintendo 64 I actually bought on launch day. That's the only console I bought on launch day. I waited in line at a Target store early in the morning, and they only had 5 consoles in the store. And there were definitely more than 5 purchasers there by the time they opened the doors, but I was first, and so I got one. Let's go Metal Man weapon here, since it's so sticking handy. Yeah, and then the GameCube. I don't remember what caused me to buy a GameCube or ask for a GameCube or what exactly even happened, but what I do remember is that I got the Wind Waker demo CD, the disc. It was actually Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, Ocarina of Time, and Wind Waker, all in one of those tiny little goofy GameCube discs. And man, I thought that was so cool, and I don't know where my copy of that is. I think it may have disappeared in college, and now it's gone forever, which is a shame, but what can you do? And that had I think there was a timer, like a little 15-minute clock that would count down, and you could play the Forbidden Fortress dungeon in Wind Waker as like a demo. And I was sold at that point. I played a bunch of Super Mario Sunshine. I didn't beat it the first time. You know, I played it for a while and then I sort of gave up on it and set it down. Because it just felt weird to me. I don't know. Mario 64 enchanted me, you know, when I was I don't know, 15 when it came out. And then, well, let's let them up here so we can... These guys are good to grind off because they will come back for eternity. But these are even better because they come by with regularity. And if you let the egg pop, you get a bazillion little baby fat bird robots, which is cute and adorable. But also... you can get lots of items from them, as you can see. And if you shoot with better timing... Oh no! Oh, I pressed jump a little too late. If you shoot with better timing, you can end up with, you know, more stuff. Okay, pro tip. When you switch items, you let go of the ladder. It's good to know. Oh, but yeah, with the GameCube, I got Mario Sunshine and played through, I don't know, I got maybe 30 or 40 of the shines out of, I forget how many, 120 maybe? Same as Super Mario 64. Gosh, I'm kind of low on lives. I want to get more of those, but I don't know how long that'll take, so let's just keep going here. And then I got Burnout, I think, a racing game. I'm sure I still have it. And that was actually pretty fun for a racing game. I'm not huge into racing games. I had Cruisin' USA and well, what was the other popular racing game for Nintendo 64? Rush. I think it was just called Rush. Oh yeah, the metal blade doesn't work on these guys, so you gotta stop as soon as they appear so they jump all the way over you. If you stop even just a little late, they'll clip you. Okay, here we go to Woodman. Metal Man is a good weapon to use for Woodman. But yeah, I liked my GameCube. You know, I wasn't a huge fan of the Mario game, but I loved Wind Waker. Wind Waker remains to this day my favorite 3D Zelda game. Oh, I almost did him in. There we go. Just one more saw blade. And yeah, I also got Simpsons Road Rage, I think, or Simpsons Hit and Run. One of those. And I remember I used to play that at a gas station I worked at. It was one of those like small mountain town gas stations. I was working in Colorado at the time. And it was this tiny little gas station that only had one employee there at a time. So somebody opened it in the morning. Woodman. Airman. And then there was a bit of overlap between the morning shift and the end shift. I think it was 6 to 2 a.m. was the morning shift, 6 to 2:30. And then like 2 to 10:30 p.m. was second shift. So there was a 30-minute like overlap between, you know, while there were two employees there instead of just one. So for the most part, I was just there by myself, and it wasn't a very busy gas station, but you did have to get things, you know, other things done other than just serve the customers. You know, you had to clean the bathrooms and restock the shelves and a few things like that. But I mostly just, I brought in a little TV and I played GameCube while I worked there, which was awesome. $9 an hour back in 2004. I was fresh off having a college degree and I was working at a gas station for $9 an hour, which is kind of funny, but I had no car payment and my rent was really cheap. Shared an apartment with 3 other guys. I paid $225 a month, I think, for my spot in that apartment in beautiful Evergreen, Colorado. That was a fun time in my life. And yeah, I played a lot of that Simpsons GameCube game, just hanging out in a gas station waiting for customers, you know. And then it would get close to the end of the night, and I'd power down the GameCube and get done all the stuff of the grocery store or the gas station that I needed to get done, stocking things and stuff like that. So you know, I got my money's worth out of my GameCube, I think. I can remember, you know, I wasn't big into Double Dash or Smash, which are 2 of the big reasons to own a GameCube, I hear. And I never played Luigi's Mansion, so I don't know. You may think that I missed out, depending on your opinion of GameCube games. Whoop. Okay, here we go. There's gonna be more bird eggs. Oh, this guy. This guy blows wind, and so you move backwards unless you are intentional about moving forwards. Whoop. Okay, let's give me another one of those. That would have fallen down anyway. And I can remember in my... Oh, despawned him. In my apartment in college, or post-college, we had an old projector and like an overhead projector screen, but an actual like video projector too. And we hooked the GameCube up to that, and I played a lot of Mario Sunshine. That was when I finally beat it, was on that projector in my apartment in Colorado. Okay, so the reason we went to this guy is because Woodman works great on him. So let's get this done. Yeah, I like my GameCube. I really do like the controller. I get why people are big fans of that. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I guess I could have gotten into Smash or Luigi's Mansion or, what's the other game for it that people go crazy about? Oh, Double Dash. But I just never did. But I'm still glad I owned it. And then, you know, the Wii came out, and I was a little less into video games at that time, but, you know, I played one at a friend's house, or I played a couple of different ones at a couple of different friends' houses. And things like Wii Bowling, I remember Wii Bowling was a big deal, and I thought, wow, that would be so much fun. The whole family could play it. You know, I was married, had a kid, and I thought, you know, when we have people over, we could play it together, and, you know, we could play Guitar Hero with it. I think Guitar Hero and Wii Bowling were like the 2 reasons I bought a Wii. Okay, what do we just get? Airman? That's good for Crashman. Hey, there's the birds. You can change the stars in the birds in the screen by holding... I held up and A. I don't know if both are necessary or not. Okay, now Metal Man is good to have... Oh, nice. Off the bat. Because you can fire it octadirectionally. That helps with these guys. But yeah, I bought a Wii from my used from my friend Justin, who he was an older friend of mine, only maybe 5-ish years older than me, but you know, he had multiple kids, and he worked like a little more of a blue collar job, and I think he got hurt on like a construction job or something like that, and he had a bad back, and so he had lost his income for a while, and you know, his wife was working and stuff, and I think it helped him out to be able to sell the Wii. So I gave him a pretty fair price. I mean, I paid him what I would have paid someone on eBay, you know, a stranger. It was a fair price. And got a Wii and a few games from him. A couple games I never ended up really hardly using, like truck racing games with the little plastic steering wheel that the Wiimote fits into. Is that my cat? I think I hear my cat. Either that or there's a very spooky intruder in my house. If you're hearing this, it's probably my cat. Because if it's a spooky intruder, then I won't survive. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and bail on the platform in order for that extra life. That's worth it. Even though it costs some time. We're tearing through this game pretty well. What are we on, the fourth boss, and we're scarcely 15 minutes in? Not quite. I think we got a little bit of time to spare, although Wily, as some of you likely know, is a little more involved than a single level. as is the way with these old Mega Man games. But yeah, I got my Wii, and then some of the best games for the Wii that I have. I mean, I enjoyed Twilight Princess. I ended up buying that on the Wii instead of the GameCube, because I thought the motion control idea sounded cool. Not because I got it on release date and it released for the Wii before the GameCube, which is kind of understandable and kind of a jerk move by Nintendo both at the same time. Let's switch to the regular gun here. You know, I get why they did that. It was 2006, Twilight Princess came out. It came out in the United States, in North America, in November of 2006, and on the Wii, and the GameCube the following month in December. So if you wanted to play this new game that everyone was so hyped about, you know, the first game with realistic graphics after the Wind Waker, which a lot of critics criticized, you know, early on because of that cartoony look. Everyone was so excited for Twilight Princess, they felt it was a true successor to Ocarina of Time. You know, you couldn't play it on the GameCube. But the GameCube had its own Zelda game, that was Wind Waker, so that was fine with me. Meow! I hear you, Parkour. Come here. Where are you? He's somewhere. Gosh, it sounds like he's in the ductwork. I may have to check on that. Oh, can I get this? Have I gotten an item yet? Like a numbered item? Oh, 2. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. Normally you have to, actually, let's get on this. Normally you have to fall down and then take the other ladder up if you don't have an item here to rescue yourself if you take the wrong staircase. Now, what's nice about these guys is you can grind and grind here as well, which is great. Refill your weapons, refill your life. That's pretty good right there. I think I'm probably gonna survive this just fine. Let's see if we can't get full life though. There we go. And grab that. There we go. Full everything. Yeah, I really liked my Wii. Like I said, I enjoyed Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. A lot of people criticize Skyward Sword, but I thought it looked really nice. Okay, when you jump, this guy jumps. Or no, when you shoot, this guy jumps. That's what's important to know. He'll also jump without you shooting, but why am I missing him so much? There we go. That's all it takes. That's the right weapon for that guy. Air defeats Crash Man rather quickly. But yeah, I like Twilight Princess a lot, and I have the HD remaster for Wii U, and I also enjoyed Skyward Sword a lot. I thought it looked better than Wind Waker, or than Twilight Princess, but there were definitely some things to fix about it. Okay, what did I just do? Crash? That means the next person to do is, let's see, Heatman comes last. Quickman comes after Flash. Okay, I think I go Flash, then Quick, then Bubble, then Heat. I do this the same order every time. You know, there's a right way, and but there's multiple right ways. I guess it's just whatever you did the first time you beat it, you know. We'll keep the regular gun for now. Great song in this level. Die. Yeah, my Wii. Oh, and I keep mentioning these games that I like from the Wii, and I haven't mentioned them yet. Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, great games. Galaxy 2's actual gameplay is a bit better. I think most people would agree with that. Whoa. Let's kill this guy. Now we want to squeeze to the side if we can. There we go. But I really like the hub world of Galaxy 1. It felt more like a Nintendo 64, like a Mario 64 game, I thought, than Galaxy 2 did. Galaxy 2 felt like a 3D Super Mario 3, sort of, with the overworld being the way that it was and all that. So you want to take the right side down here so you could be on this high path. And you want to jump as far as you can, and then not as far as you can here. Ooh, okay. Those energy tanks are so critical in the end. You can only hold up to 4, and I think we've got 3 now. And they're just so stinking helpful when you get to Wily. Who is this? I can beat this guy with the Mega Buster, I think. The Mega Blaster, the P weapon. Oh, okay, he hit me. I just want to be out of his way when he freezes time, and unfortunately I wasn't, so he hurt me. But it's all about causing damage to this guy faster than he causes it to you. You'll be fine. Did it. But yeah, the Wii was a great system. You know, people didn't like the gimmick of the motion controls. Eventually became an area of heavy criticism. You know, and the Wii it sold way better than anyone was anticipating, and everyone sort of talked about it as like a casual gamer console, but Nintendo was losing ground to Microsoft and PlayStation with the hardcore gamers. You know, the GameCube tried to keep up with going to disc, right? So having more storage than the cartridge-based systems from before. And being just like a heavy hitter hardware-wise, it was a really capable machine, but the Wii was barely more powerful than the GameCube, so it was underpowered for its generation, I think, in the opinion of most. But I really liked, you know, I don't consider myself too much of a hardcore gamer. I don't play many first-person shooters, stuff like that, but I really just enjoy the Mario and Zelda games, you know. And platformers like this. Oh, another Wii game I really enjoyed was New Super Mario Bros. Wii. You know, I'm not a handheld gamer, so I haven't gotten burnt out on the new Mario series much, the new Super Mario Bros. Series. I've only played New Super Mario Bros. Wii and New Super Mario Bros. U. It's my only two, well, there's a death, only 2 exposures to that series. And I liked both games. I really liked New Super Mario Bros. U. I thought it was clever. I liked the new power-ups, and I liked the levels, you know, and I didn't mind that the overworld felt like it had been used before, and that the themes of the worlds had felt like they'd been used before. I mean, yeah, Desert World, Snow World, whatever, that's fine. Oh, I wanted that stuff. Oh well. It's gonna get dark in here. We're gonna have to shoot these guys who are lighting up the room. But as soon as they die, then it's dark again. So you kind of gotta, I mean, you can just walk to the right and do fine. Do I need to refill anything? How about 3? But you do have to know that there is a jump here. Otherwise, your progress will be stopped forever. In that one spot, also here. So if you get stuck walking to the right, just hit jump. Oh man, okay, here's this. Let's see if I can do this on the first try. You just don't get tempted by that thing. You just have to do it pretty perfectly and not stop for anything unless you use the freeze timer. But I don't like using that because when you use it on the boss, you get some free damage against him. I think that's it. Yes, it is. All right, good for us. So yeah, so I thought the Wii was a good system, and my Wii now is, you know, it's a Wii and a GameCube. It's got 4 GameCube controller ports, which is awesome. And it's easy to like jailbreak and put ROMs on and stuff. And I'm not a huge fan of stealing games, but some games are pretty impossible to find in the, you know, and like the software company is gone. Oh, what am I doing? Let's freeze this guy. Okay, there we go. Once you use freeze, you use the whole thing. I can't pause and stop using it. There, now that that's happened, we can just take him out. I hope this works out. There. No problem. But yeah, I really like my Wii. You know, I had my Virtual Console games on there until I moved them over to the Wii U. And it just sort of became like an all-purpose game box. You know, I could use it as a replacement for the GameCube, and I could, You know, I own some ROMs on that thing that I also actually have the physical cartridges for. But you end up getting a nicer capture when you play them on your Wii than you do through your NES, you know. And now that I play them off the Wii U, I can use HDMI and capture with the Elgato HD 60, just 1080p, 60 frames a second. And even though, you know, like this game's not running at 1080p, I do believe it does run at 60 frames a second, right? Because that was the refresh rate of those old CRT TVs, you know, which is what the NES was designed for. So anyway, I like having the older games on the newer hardware, which is why I'm excited for NES Classic. I go and check the Target near my work every day just to see if they've updated what's on the shelves, and so far no luck. But it would, you know, even though I own, between Ted and I, we own probably 20-ish of those 30 games, and but it would be nice to play them on a dedicated console with HDMI out, and with the CRT filter. There's the pixel perfect, like 1:1 aspect ratio. Oh no, why did I jump that high? Oh, I was feeling so good. I just got an extra life. I had full items and full health, and I blew it. Okay, the Metal Blade is good for these guys because they die in a single hit from that, and you can fire in any of 8 directions. Hi, Parkour. Parkour is my cat. He's joined me here on the couch. Oh, look, it's a Metroid. This game feels Metroid-y and Castlevania-y, even though it's not. Metroid's Nintendo. This is Capcom, right? And Castlevania's Konami? I don't know. I don't keep track of that stuff as much as everyone else does. But yeah, I like my Wii. I think I've said that enough times now. So then I got a Wii U, and I got it a year or two after launch, I think. The price came down a bit. I remember it was shortly before Christmas, and I got a new Super Mario... No, not new Super Mario. I got a Super Mario 3D World bundle. And boy, I love that game. People criticize it as a non-true 3D game, and yeah, it's a significantly different experience than like Super Mario 64 or GameCube. But that's okay. I thought it was so polished and crisp and neat. I don't know, I really like that game. I also got Zombie U, which is a mature rated game by Ubisoft? Oh no! Well, that was terrible. I didn't go with my usual pacing in that spot. Oh, I gotta start back from here. What am I doing on lives? I got 3 energy tanks. Okay, I'm doing okay. I think my password... I think if you die, if you lose all your lives and you get a continue password, it keeps track of how many energy tanks you had when you died, and so... That's the main thing with this game with me, is I have to get and keep the energy tanks during the first 8 Robot Master levels, because I need those energy tanks for Wily. 2 or 3 of them usually is what I seem to use, sometimes 4. All those big guys stay dead, that's kind of nice. But yeah, my Wii U, so Super Mario 3D World, great game. New Super Mario Bros. U, really, really enjoyed that game. I feel like I enjoy it more than most. Also got Wind Waker HD, love Wind Waker, as I said earlier, and it just looks so good in HD. And Twilight Princess HD caught a bit more criticism, but I actually thought that was a worthwhile remake, and I enjoyed that game as well. Here we are at the boss. Metal Blades is actually a good weapon for this boss since he's above you most of the time. Do 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 do. Here we go, and he's dead. What else do I own? I mentioned Super Mario 3D World, New Super Mario Bros. U, both the Zelda HD remakes, and Zombie U, which is a survival horror first-person game but more of a first-person melee game because the ammo is so rare. I actually really, really enjoyed that game. I thought it did such a good job with atmosphere, and it didn't bother me too much that the graphics were a little subpar, and there's not much of a soundtrack, but the sounds of the game, the ambient sounds were so great. Okay, let's see. Let's go over to metal. Why not? That lava's an instant death. These guys are good to grind with if you need to. But it's right at the beginning of the level, so we probably don't need to. But yeah, I thought that was a great game. It's a shame that it didn't make that third-party software company any money, and that the Wii U didn't do very well. I thought that was a shame, too. People seem to like Smash 4. I've played a little bit of that, the Smash Talk episodes on the channel. And Mario Kart 8 is fantastic. The three Mario Karts I would say I've played the most, because I've owned them and played them at all, are Mario Kart, the original, the Super Nintendo title, and Mario Kart 64, which I played a way embarrassing amount of in college. And Mario Kart 8. And I'm fine with that. 3 Mario Karts is enough in my life for now. We'll keep this. So yeah, I think that's about it for the Wii U. I also got Shovel Knight, and some other Star Ghost is a downloadable game. Soundtrack was done by the guy who did what'd he do? Donkey Kong Country? Oh gosh, I forgot his name, and I forgot the game that he's famously well known for. I think it is Donkey Kong Country though. Oh, can't move. Okay, see how that timing works? Let's get that right. Oh no! Oh, I clipped out of the brick and into the abyss. Okay, lesson learned. I know this lesson already. I've played this game before. Stand to the left of that pit while you're waiting for the timing to be right. The rest of these are okay to rush because the pit's not that close to them. Yeah, that's trouble. Get rid of you. But this is the one you gotta watch out for, the next one, I guess. But that one too, because you're so close to the pit, and because that wall that looks different, doggone, I did that wrong, is, it blocks the metal blades because it's a crash bomb wall. Okay, I'm glad that you can make that in a single jump once the block appears. Watch out for that guy. Okay, now there's a bunch of Apiri blocks here, and I can beat this legit, but it's been a long time since I've done it. I don't think I could do it on my first try, so we're gonna take the item 2 way out. Oh, I should have grabbed that extra life and used up another item. Oh well. Lesson learned. But yeah, the Wii U was the Wii U is a really good system, but it only sold 13 million, and that's pretty dismal compared to the Wii's 50 million, and DS, all the different combinations of the DS, the portable console from Nintendo, have sold, I'm sure, dozens of millions. So the Wii U is a disappointment from a sales perspective, and it never got an exclusive Zelda title. Okay, here we want Bubble Man, believe it or not. And part of the reason I bought a Wii U was for for Super Mario Bros. 3D World, and for Super Mario Bros. 3D World and New Super Mario Bros. U. And the HD Zelda remakes were just a nice bonus, but also Zelda U, which was shown at E3 2014. And announced for 2015 release date, wasn't released, delayed to 2016, wasn't released, initially reported as a March 2017 release, and now Nintendo quickly backed away from that earlier this year. But last April, they got rid of all references to March 2017 and change it to just 2017. Well, then a lot of people assumed that it would be a launch title with the NX with Switch. And of course, at E3 2016, they unveiled it to be Breath of the Wild. And then in October, they did the Switch reveal, where it wasn't just codename NX, but it was actually the Switch. Oh, here's Dr. Wily. What are we, half an hour in? This is not going to be as long as Super Mario Bros. Was. Oh, maybe. Sometimes just getting to here is like half the game, depending on how well we do. But yeah, I bought, one of the reasons I bought a Wii U, and I'm still glad I have it, I don't regret it, but I bought it for Zelda U, for what turned out to be Breath of the Wild. And like, the more it got delayed and stuff, and then when they announced it as also being released on the Switch, I thought, well, we have another Twilight Princess situation on our hands, where we're going to get the game on the Switch a month before we get it on the NX, or on the Wii U, which is lame. It's supposed to be the Wii U's game. And the difference between Breath of the Wild and the Twilight Princess situation is Twilight Princess was initially designed as a GameCube game, but the GameCube already had Wind Waker. With the Wii U, there just simply is no exclusive Zelda title. Period. Hyrule Warriors doesn't count. The remakes of, the HD remakes of other 3D games, that doesn't count either. And, yeah, Zelda U just didn't happen. And when it does happen, it's really Zelda Switch. I mean, face it. That's what it is. That's what it's for. Ooh, we're running low on item 3. We'll have to refill it here. This guy can respawns every time you leave the screen, which is easy to do because of the ladder. And so you can grind on him if you want to take the time and do that. But we're in pretty good shape. We've got our energy tanks and our lives, and I don't think we need a ton of 3 from here on out. The deal with the Wily stages, though, is you don't get your item ammo refilled between stages like you do with the Robot Masters. Wily is kind of all one stage in that way, so there's a little bit of item management to think about when you're doing the Wily stuff here. Love the way he just speeds away, and then that's that. So the latest news with Breath of the Wild, as of the recording of this, is, I can remember this being so intimidating when I was a kid. I had no idea what to do. This just big empty screen. It was like, okay, you've thrown enemies at me, you've thrown jumping at me, but you've never thrown what do I do here at me. By the way, look at the number 1, how it's backwards. I love that. This'll do. Just keep these guys off me. The latest Breath of the Wild rumor is, since everyone was assuming a March 2017 release, Quick Boomerang is the ideal weapon for this first boss. This first Wily boss. Now the rumor is that it won't be a launch title with the Switch. And so some people are treating that as a delay, others are treating it as just a confirmation that March is not the month, and that the release date's always just been, quote, sometime in 2017. Okay, watch out for those fireballs. They will knock you backwards and knock you right into the abyss. The boomerang does them in quick, but, he can kill you with one hit if you fall down. You don't want to do that. But yeah, so if Breath of the Wild's not available in March and the Switch is still released in March, I don't see myself buying a Switch day one unless something that I don't know about yet compels me to. That could be a new 3D Mario game and some other game that compels me, or some other feature of the console that we don't know about yet that compels me. Okay, let's refill our 3, since that's lower. We can also refill 1 and 3 just fine right here, because of the nature of these guys. Oh, I didn't do it in time. But yeah, and if Breath of the Wild is indeed delayed and it doesn't even come out in March, when will it come out on the Wii U? Some people have speculated it won't come out on the Wii U, but I doubt it. I mean, they had to put in a lot of development time just to make it available on the Wii U. Would they really throw all that away and risk alienating a bunch of people who own a Wii U and don't want to buy a Switch yet, but want to play the game without having to buy the Switch? I mean, that seems a little foolhardy. Okay, use item 2 here, and you're going to be tempted to jump up and grab the first ladder, but you want... Oh, you do want the first one, I think. Well, now I'm wondering if I remembered this wrong. I remembered that wrong. I guess I got confused. I guess you want the second ladder. I'm also a little distracted. I know my wife is due home from work any minute, and I didn't tell her I was recording. So she may bust in and say, "Hey, pay attention to me," which would be fine. I like her a lot more than MegaMan 2. But I've got one ear open for that, and part of my brain sort of fixed on that possibility. Come on, item 2. Need to refill item 2. But yeah, I'm discouraged by the thought that Breath of the Wild won't come out in March, and for either system. What I'd really like is that E3 demo, the plateau, as a demo on the Wii U. Heck, I'd pay $5 or $10 for that, you know? Be really nice to just monkey around with that and to capture it and make some content for YouTube for you guys. What is this, item Z? I guess that's the same shape as a 2. Okay, this gets you your very important 4th energy tank, which buys you a little bit of leeway. And it also gets you all of this goodness. Yeah, so I was right. We did want to do it this way. I don't know if we need any more item 2 in the game. I always refill item 2 here, since it's always the thing I'm lowest on when I get here. So that's nice. Boy, I don't even remember... You know what? It's worth it. But we don't need the energy tank, because we already have 4. Ew. Oh yeah, okay, I remember the boss of this one. We're gonna want those metal blades ready, and oh, here's another good grinding spot too. Although we don't need to grind, so it's really just kind of an annoyance to get through. Although if you've got decent health, instead of going slowly and trying to preserve all your health, just find the end of this thing. And then get your health there. Okay, let's see if we can do this correctly. Good, okay, as soon as you off-screen that, you can pause it and get back to where you were before, which is handy to know. But yeah, I want to play Breath of the Wild. I've been wanting to play Zelda U since I saw it in E3 2014. And I'm a little tired of waiting for it. And I'm still excited about the game, and I still love Nintendo, and I'm definitely going to play... Ooh. This is why you refill too. Just to make sure you go in with full health here. Because this boss is tough. Hi, parkour. Not tough because it's so hard to dodge or anything else like that. Those take 2 metal blades, by the way. But because if they hurt you, if they hit you, they cause heavier damage than you might expect. Which is always kind of a bummer. Now, there's always one that surprises me. It's like, it hits me right in the foot because I'm right there when it opens. But actually, I may get a flawless victory with this. So yeah, so Nintendo, make Breath of the Wild available on the Wii U in a demo version early. I understand not releasing the full game on the Wii U before the Switch. Unless it's a question of multiple months, then maybe they will. Just to sort of honor the people that bought a Wii U. That'd be nice. But I anticipate the game coming out on the Switch first, and then the Wii U, you know, the next month. When that will be, I'm not sure. But the Wii U is over, you know. They've stopped production of it. They're not really going to be developing for it. Yeah, no, we're just going to move on here. Oh, we do want these, though. Let's see if I can make this jump. Oh! Well, that's nice. Crash, we definitely want to be full. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, those are sort of my thoughts on Breath of the Wild right now. I like the idea of an open world game. I like the idea that we don't know much yet. I kind of like the idea that it's so big and open and not necessarily jam-packed full of content on the inside. Oh, come on! Playing a little too casual here. How are we doing on lives? 2, okay. As long as we have our E-tanks, I'm not too worried. But yeah, I love the way the game looks, although, oh my gosh. For serious. For reals, guys. That was a silly death, I apologize. Hang with me, we'll be right back to that spot in... now. And I will take this a little more seriously here. Think a little bit harder about when I jump and when I land, and the big metal fish coming out of the gap to try to eat me. Okay, now I'm not going to hit these spikes, so that I will be careful with them. But yeah, Breath of the Wild. You know, the game actually looked more impressive when who is it that plays it? Somebody plays it in front of a TV and they're recording the whole thing. He plays it on the Wii U and they show it off. And I thought the footage looked more impressive there than it did in like E3 2016. So I think it was running on like the dev computer then. Oh, how do I beat this guy? Quick boomerang, I think. It was running on the dev computer back in 2015 when they first showed it, but then, or 2014, but then at E3 this year was actually running on a Wii U. Wow, he's quick when you got the right weapon. And it didn't look quite as good, so I don't know how much more powerful the Switch is going to be than the Wii U, but I think it should be plenty, even though it's like a fully portable console. So in all honesty, I'll probably end up getting Breath of the Wild for the Switch for 2 reasons. 1, it will run better, and 2, it will be available first on that console, which, annoying as that is, that's just the way it goes. What do I really need here? Trying to remember. I think 3 is a little more useful than 2. I think I'm done with 2 for the game. Not 100% sure though. This is the vertical level. We climb and climb and climb, if I'm remembering this correctly. Oh, there's an extra life. That's nice. I wonder if we can... where we can get there from. Not here. Up here. Yeah, there's some false floors, as you can see. I just fell through. But yeah, that's probably what'll end up happening with Breath of the Wild, although I do want to get a copy of the, if they have a physical copy of the Wii U version of the game, I might just buy that and never open it, because, as you may know, the GameCube version of Twilight Princess is a little more rare and hard to find than the Wii version, because the Wii version sold so many, and the GameCube version sold so few. So they just didn't make as many. Oh! Okay, so there's a hole there and a hole coming up there. That's what the bubble's for. That and Wily. Spoiler alert. Like the very final form, the bubble weapon is what you want, but this is really handy for knowing where that cheap insta-death via spikes is and how to avoid it. We don't need that E-tank because we full. Let's go with the regular gun for now. Ooh, I think I hear my... Oh, it was close. I might hear my wife, which means I might be done recording for the night, but I'll pick up here in 1 second in the video, and but you know, another night in real life for me. So yeah, I will, I'll get up here to this safe platform for a bit, and then take a 1-second break and meet you guys right back here momentarily. Hey everybody, we are back. It has been 1 second for you, and it has been 1, 2, 3 days for me. Something like that. Woo, I almost fell. Okay, so this wood man weapon is really good because you could just press it once and it stays there until you move. So it's a really good defensive way to ride this thing. Such a tasty snack. Pardon me, I hate it when people chew into the microphone, but I'm starving. And I don't gotta listen to it. You do. Okay, this room doesn't look that tough at first until you realize you have to jump on that platform, like, now, from the little purple platform in order to successfully get over the spikes. Or you could just do that. Okay, let's not fall down the ladder. Let's just see what we got going on here. Oh, we can fall down the ladder. Okay, good. Now I'll try to turn away from the microphone while I chew here. Shoot this guy, shoot this guy, shoot him! Oh, good. 0 damage. I mean, we've sustained some damage, but 0 from that guy. Here comes another one. Good. Good. Perfect. Okay, I don't even remember what boss this is. I think it's the one... where you gotta use the crash bombs. Yes, it is this one. Okay, I think there's a way to do this without dying. Like a way to do it on your first try. Okay, now if these guys are shooting at you, yeah, you can pause, unpause in order to dodge their fire. But you can't pause while your weapon is out, so keep that in mind. Ooh, dodged all those. Okay, we gotta get out of here. Pause, unpause, pause, unpause, pause, unpause. This, so you get a frame of invincibility when you're pausing, unpausing. And that allows you to, oh gosh, are we gonna have enough to do this? I think there's just enough. I think I'm giving you guys the blueprint. I think I got enough for one more bomb. Pause, unpause, pause, unpause. And so you can sort of sneak through. Oh, my phone alarm is going off. You know what that means? That means it's time to take the trash out. Sorry guys, hang on a sec. Okay, there we go. I mentioned it last week, and now it's happening again. I said, you know you can trust me that I record these on Mondays, since, oh, I didn't quite get in there, did I? Oh man, this is gonna be hard to do. Ugh. Okay, what you gotta do, should I use an E-tank for this? I'm gonna, because I have so many. I really want to do this in one life, and it's not easy to do. Okay, you jump and hit that, and then get on there. That's the key, so you can't do it too high. But you gotta do it high enough that you can, oh, shoot. Is that even high enough? Oh gosh. I'm gonna run out of this, aren't I? Okay, I wonder if we can use 2. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to try to jump up. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to do it now and I shouldn't have used that thing. Okay, sorry guys, this is like the worst commentary ever. Can I even get one more out? I can, okay. So I can't... Oh, there we go! Okay, so the deal with this is this possible to do in one life, but crash bombs are the only things that get through those walls, and crash bombs are the only things that hurt those little shooty orb guys. So what usually happens is people blow up the walls, and then they run out of the weapon, and then they just have to die in order to be earlier in the stage and then, like, grind up to get... Oh, I hope that wasn't too loud. Grind up to get what they need, weapon-wise. Okay, it's boss rush time. Let's see how this goes. Woodman? Bubbleman. That's right. 1, 2. Oh. Okay, don't panic. You get life from them. So just don't panic. And don't be standing on the teleport when you beat them, otherwise you can't collect. Okay, Airman is defeated by Woodman's Leaf Shield. Oh, that was unavoidable. 1. Here we go. All right, near full health. Doing better. I don't know what order these go in. Okay, good thing to use to defeat this guy is, in fact, the metal blades. Just gotta jump this successfully, which I didn't do. Okay. I'm gonna keep metal on. He's good for a few of these bosses. He is indeed good for this guy, just because you can shoot straight up, which is enormously helpful, as you can see. All right, we're close to full health. Let's see who this is. Oh, it's Quickman. So let's freeze him. That'll do a bunch of damage, and then we'll get out our P-Blaster and do him in from there. Hold still. Okay, full health. Running out of a lot of our weapons, but that's okay. That's what this is for. Okay, he is Airman, and he jumps when you shoot. When you press the fire button. So you gotta keep that in mind and shoot to where he's going to be instead of shoot to where he is. We haven't faced Metal Man yet. Metal Man's hilarious. And we got a 50-50 chance. Let's see if this one's Metal Man. Yep, it is. Here's how you defeat Metal Man. One metal blade. It's 2 in Japan, or 1 on hard mode in USA. Or is it easy versus normal? I don't even know. Okay. This guy was just a one of these, and he's so easy on the flat ground. Yeah. All right, so now it's Wily time. You guys, you ready? We're doing it. Am I recording? Yep. Okay, what is the first form of Wily? I think we want to use Heat Man on him, if I remember correctly. Okay, start charging up, and 1. Oh wow, that was easy. Oops. Wii. I am playing this on a Wii. Helps when you need to save and continue another night. Oh my gosh! This is why the E-Tanks are so important, because if you fail on Wily, you're out of so many of your important weapons. Alright guys, we're doing good. This knowledge helps so much, knowing how to beat these bosses and then knowing how to beat those Wily robots. I mean, that part got me as a kid for a long time, and I really did just write passwords down on a piece of paper and continue and try and work and try different combos until I got it. Now, the trick with this is if you squeeze all the way right, you can get to the right side of the screen early enough that all these drops are behind you, because the drops are based on where the center of the screen is, not where you are. And this is the easy way to get through this part. Those things hurt. And I hate that there's no music here. After a game of great music, there's just none. It's so eerie. I mean, I love that there's no music there. They did a really good job atmosphere-wise, and Dr. Wily's turning into an alien! Well, that's terrifying. I actually think aliens are scary, or the idea of them. Okay, bubble is the only thing that hurts him. It's not to say that's the only thing that affects him, but it's the only thing that hurts him. Some weapons actually give him health back, which is, oops, definitely not what you want to be doing. Yeah, you can't take many hits against him, and if you touch his body, it hurts quite a bit. If I remember correctly, it may not be right. Each shot hurts, but I think touching him hurts even more. Ooh. Gotta be careful. I don't have to be that careful. I have E-tanks. I should just use them. Okay, back to Bubble. Yeah, if I knew what weapons actually healed him, I would demonstrate that and show it to you guys. But I don't, and I just want to beat it. So, how much damage am I doing to him with the bubble? 2? 2 or 1? Okay, he's down to 4. Let's see what the next hit does. Down to 2. Yep, 2 damage. I think that's the smallest increment you can actually do. And there it is. We beat the alien. The whole thing is a hoax. It's just a hologram, folks. Dr. Wily at the controls. I wonder if he'll beg for forgiveness at MegaMan's feet, even though MegaMan's facing the wrong way. Gosh, what a cool thing to see the end screen. It's so exciting to see, as a kid, you know, to see this screen. It's like, holy cow, I did it. Oh, MegaMan turned around to witness the groveling. That's nice. Now, guys, this ending, let's just enjoy this. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Let's just enjoy this together. That song, guys, that ending, walking home through the seasons, and he gets home and he changes, he looks up, and then it's just the helmet there. It's such a mysterious, melancholy ending. I remember the first time I beat this with my kids in the room. They played some Mega Man, you know, and one of my sons beat Metal Man, and one of my sons beat so-and-so. I think I still have a piece, like a notebook somewhere, where I wrote down, on this date, this kid beat this boss all by himself. And they were really proud of that they helped. But then after a while, it got, you know, harder, and I took over. But we beat that game, and we watched that ending. And all of my kids were impacted by it. They understood that the music was sort of really serious, and that ending, like, meant something. Of course, we know from Mega Man's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Well, let's see. What is it? 1 through 6 and 9 and 10 are the 8-bit styles? Is there a 7 and an 8? I don't know exactly how it works. Is it like X, Mega Man X? There's a bunch of Mega Mans in there that I've never played. But the point is, we know that that ending doesn't actually mean anything. But you don't necessarily know that if you're a kid, or if Mega Man 3 hasn't come out yet, way back in 2000X when this came out. 2000X is what it says at the beginning. That ending feels like, does it mean that he died? Does it mean that he has, like, a wife that he went home to and he retired from being a good guy, you know, a superhero? And every once in a while, my daughter, my youngest child, who's now 6, she'll ask me, like, out of the blue, it'll have been months since we've talked about Mega Man at all, and she'll say, Daddy, why does Mega Man his helmet alone on the hill at the end of the game? And I have to say, I don't know. It's a mystery. And yeah, she still wonders about it. So that's Mega Man 2, guys. Great game. 8 cool robot masters. Love all the Wily levels and the surprise end level. Love all the false endings and the true ending. Love that you can play those robot masters in any order, and that you can make the game harder on yourself by choosing the harder mode, or skipping the E-tanks, or using only the Mega Blaster, if at all possible, or using, not the most optimum weapon per boss. Use something else on Woodman than the Metal Blade. Stuff like that. It was so fun to play this over and over and experiment with it, and I really had a lot of fun playing it here on Sunday Longplay. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I think we're just a little shy of 70 minutes, but I do believe we're probably over an hour. So nice little relaxing Sunday video, or maybe Monday morning, or whenever. I know somebody said in the comments last week that they listened to it while they made themselves supper. They had soup for supper. I forgot off the top of my head who that commenter was, but thank you for that. It's neat to think that you could be at work or at home or doing a chore, or just, listening while you're making yourself dinner. That's what these are for. So if you have a suggestion on a game you'd like to see me play in the Sunday Longplay series, 8-bit only for now, leave it in the comments below. Or if you want to tell me what you were doing when you watched and or listened to this video, leave that in the comments below too. I like to see those things. And until next time, Basement Dwellers, I think that you are more deceitful than Dr. Wily's alien hologram robot in the basement.